Hello everybody and Happy New Year and welcome to the first Totem Tuesday of 2014. Yay! Hello. Hope you had a really good New Year and hope January is working out well for you so far, even though we're only about a week in. For this 2014, for this year, what I'd like to do with the Totem Tuesday videos is of course carry on with what I've been doing last year, but also opening up again questions for you guys. Is there anything you would like to ask, anything you would like to know? Any questions you have, obviously, about the subject, about power animals, about totem animals, please do let me know. Please contact me, put the messages down here, and I will do my best to look into them for you if I can, and if they seem appropriate, I'll be doing some questions and answers videos this year for you as well, and hopefully one coming in over the next coming weeks. Now, the first animal that I wanted to look at for 2014 was an animal that I've been really thinking about doing for quite a while, as you probably know if you've been watching this. And that's an animal that means lots to me, an animal I love lots, and that's the lynx. And the lynx is quite interesting because the lynx, the first thing you'll find out about lynx if you start looking at it or start looking into lynx energy is about keeping stumm, keeping quiet, listening and not talking so much. And it feels apt that my voice seems to be going today as I try to talk about this. Maybe Lynx is saying, shut up Laura, just listen. But it would be a really interesting video if I just didn't say anything for the next 3 or 4 minutes, so I will endeavour to say the right things and endeavour to indulge you with the right information. So yeah, first of all, if Lynx comes into your life, this is a beautiful, mystical, magical silence about them. There's a gorgeous energy of mystery and elusiveness. It's very rare, very, very rare to see a lynx in the wild. Of course, in Britain, there isn't a lynx. There's not a lynx. There's no lynx at the moment. It was thought that around, they were wiped out around 10,000 years ago. Then it said 4,000 years ago. And then they found some remains of a lynx as recent as around about 425 AD. So there were actually most likely lynx in the UK up until about that time. So that's really beautiful, and I'm a big advocate for them to be reintroduced back into the UK, though I know lots of people will argue with me, but I think it would be absolutely amazing. About time some more mystery and beauty was introduced back into the wilds of the United Kingdom. But hey-ho, we'll see how that goes. In France and in other places in Europe, they have been reintroduced as well. They are quite endangered. They're not on the critically endangered list, but I think they're pretty endangered. I think it's get them before it's too late, really, because they're a beautiful, mystical animal, and their homeland is the woodlands and the trees. And with the deforestation that our species is inflicting upon the planet at a most ridiculous rate, their homes are vanishing. So yes, they are threatened and they are endangered, and also they are hunted for their beautiful fur as well, which is absolutely disgusting. But they are, especially in Canada and North America, there's traps, and people trap them and want to sell their fur because it's worth lots of money. It makes me very angry, so we'll not go there right now. Also, farmers get annoyed as well because they think that these big cats are going to get close to their their deers or their cattle or whatever. However, lynx are quite elusive, and they'd probably rather stay away from people if they had the chance and had the choice, as they do in some places. So yeah, you've got the Canadian or North American lynx, and then you've got the common or the Eurasian lynx as well. They are very, very highly adept to working in the snow and in the north and in the winter. So winter is a season that we really associate with the lynx, though not the only season, obviously, but it goes hand in hand with their energy of the deep, of the secrets, of the hidden, of what we kept inside. The season of winter does link very well with lynx. I'm sorry, I won't do that too often today. Probably will. So yes. Lynx are known, and if you Google this online, no, just don't have to. I just say that if you are going to Google it, just take everything you get with a pinch of salt and make sure that you do your own research and your own inner finding, inner knowing as well. And also, as I always say, is if an animal comes up to you in a meditation, ask it what it would like to teach you. Ask the animal, what would you like to share with me? Because I was doing a bit of research on lynx, and I was doing for this video, and some of the stuff I found, I was like, oh, it was really I thought it was a bit a massive assumption. And also sometimes I think it can be quite damaging, because I was reading about Lynx and it was saying, well, this person who has a Lynx as a totem will suffer disappointments in their lives. And I thought, well, that's a bit, you're kind of then putting that onto that person. They may absorb that energy and assume that would be them. So even though it's really interesting, and I do enjoy looking online and seeing what everyone has to say about different totem animals, it is so, so important for you to take that with a pinch of salt and do your own journey, your own searching and your own knowing. And particularly with Lynx coming through, because they're such a teacher of the hidden knowledge, that you don't just want to just read anything and go, okay, that's what a Lynx means to me. You don't even want to look at this video and say that's what a Lynx means to me. I would like you to go out there and to really look for yourself. But the first thing you will probably see is about the secrets and about the keeper of secrets. And I think that's really, really interesting. And the Lynx has been associated with the occult and occult wisdom and occult myth. In fact, in around 1603, here comes my fact section. Nothing changes from year to year, does it really? I never be able to find my fact section when I want to know. Here we go, found it. In 1603, Italian scholars from the Academy of Lynxes, so it was named after the lynx, dedicated to search for truth, and basically they called themselves after the lynx, and they dedicated their search to finding truth and to eradicate superstition. And they obviously chose their name and their totem for their group as Lynx, because they felt that Lynx was going to pierce through the clouds of superstition to reveal the truth. And their logo, their symbol, was very interesting. Their symbol was a lynx clawing Cerberus, the doggy guardian of the underworld, and so defeating the guardian of the underworld. So they felt, and Galileo was a member of this group, they felt that to eradicate superstition, they had to, that knowledge and wisdom would be a way to beat fears, would be a way to deal with the darker parts of humanity. And it's interesting, and I think they've got a point, but I think it's a little bit misguided, that just science and reason can handle the deep and dark depths of humanity, and that Cerberus is guarding that. He's guarding that doorway to your unconscious, to your deep into your shadow, for quite a reason. So maybe just clawing him in the face might not be the best idea that they ever had. But it's an interesting concept that Lynx was going to be the creature that would clear away the doorways of confusion and allow you to understand your greater self and your greater fears. In fact, the Lynx is named from Lynceus, who's a mythical character who could apparently see through objects. So again, we have something that's really powerful about why Lynx is a lynx. They can see through things. I mean, maybe not practically, but they are known to see through what others can't. And even their colour, the kind of the grey, cloudy colour, is almost like the parting of the clouds that separate one world to the other. They're very much seen as between the worlds kind of animals. 1 minute here, 1 minute disappeared. And to meditate on that kind of energy could be really lovely if you're interested in working with Lynx, or just a Lynx has appeared to you in a journey or a meditation or something. I'm still laughing that my voice is going when I'm trying to talk about this. So, yeah, in between the worlds, not one thing here, not here or the other sometimes, but also revealing what is deep from within and knowing the right time to reveal those secrets. So it's thought that Lynx collects secrets, that Lynx collects knowledge and wisdom. And Lynx also knows that secrets aren't kept forever, that there's always a time that a secret will be revealed. So finding the right time to reveal that secret, finding the right time to allow that information, that knowledge to be shared, is quite an interesting and important aspect of Lynx energy. People who work with Lynx could really, perchance, be clairvoyant or working in the psychic fields, because, you know, people might say, hey, I'm fine, and Lynx person will go, yeah, right. You know, they wouldn't say that maybe, they'd just think it. They'd say, I see straight through you, I see to your heart, and I can see what you're actually feeling. And you're telling me you're great and everything's wonderful, but I can see it's not quite the truth. So people who are clairvoyant may work with Lynx energy or working in the psychic or healing realms. And because they can clearly pierce through that cloud of perception, other people might find it quite unsettling or confusing and maybe uncomfortable sometimes when to be around a Lynx person, because they know their facade's being seen through. So working with clairvoyance, working with hidden meanings, trusting your intuition will be something so important to work with if you have Lynx as a totem or a power animal. Learning to not necessarily take what someone is saying at face value. If your solar plexus or if your gut is going, no, that's not it, I know. And really developing the feelings of the solar plexus with your gut feeling is something that's really really worthwhile doing if you're working with Lynx energy. It's worthwhile doing anyway, of course. You may find people just tell you their secrets, or that you just find out secrets just like that. That's something that Lynx people can just notice about themselves. People just let out their secrets to you. But it's really important people with Lynx energy know not to break a confidence, not to break a trust. So trusting your instincts, really working with clairvoyance and vibrational perception, vibrational energy. Back to the physical aspects of the Lynx and why we're looking at this is, little tufty is that their ears are very, very striking. They have the most beautiful tufty ears, and it has been thought that that is like an antennae of extended perception. They have really big feet, and that's to help them, like snowshoes, to walk in the snow. And they have little black tails, little bobby tails as well. They're very sensitive, and their awareness to things is quite acute. And they don't actually make that much noise. Lynx are quite quiet animals, hence the silence aspect of what we're talking about today. Lynx are quite quiet animals, and in fact only when they're kind of communicating with others or in mating season they make noise, but pretty much of the time they're very, very silent animals. And the mating season is between January and April, apparently. So, yeah. We've also got the aspect of them as well that the mother will teach the little kittens how to hunt through playing, learn to hunt through playing. So I think that's a real beautiful thing to think about with the Lynx as well, that it's always, you have to have time to play. People with Lynx can get very caught up in the arcane and the mysterious secrets of the world, but sometimes you just got to let your head down and play and roll around on the floor. Just needed sometimes. So remembering when to play and when to relax and let that guard down is important as well. They're really agile, and back to physical aspects, they've got relatively long legs for their shape, and they can jump really high, over around 2 meters just from standstill in the air. People with the Lynx may find that they've kind of got strong legs, or they are very agile and, in that way. And also, they hunt usually from trees. They can hunt from trees. They can sit silently waiting in the trees and pounce. So silently waiting and watching for what it is you're hoping to catch or to achieve could be something that we're looking at with Lynx energy. What else we can look at here? Actually, what I'd like to look at with this, is something I was reading, and I kind of thought it was interesting, that Lynx in astrology links to Neptune, Uranus, and Pluto. And they're very deep planets of Neptune, the dream, the fantasy, the deep, the mystery, the dreaming. Uranus is the revelation, the rebel, the changer, and obviously you've got Pluto, the god of the underworld. So it's interesting as well that you've got the god of the underworld when they use a symbol of the Lynx to open the doorway to the underworld. And I thought with those planets, it's really interesting that you can work with your dream interpretation. You can work with the deeper, darker parts, the mysteries, the revelations. Creativity might be a really good way to express this energy. So if you have these great visions, these great dreams, these kind of mystical feelings, but you just don't really know how to go around and say them to people, and again, you're Lynx, you're not going to say it to everybody, you may find that you express these emotions through music, through art, through healing, through the creative arts, really. So if you are working with Lynx as a totem, you may find that you're channeling that energy into a really creative field. Lynx can also help us address any inner issues we may have. So through the silence, we look inwards and see what's coming up with us, what issues do we have, what are we trying to run away from. And Lynx kind of gently reminds us not to run away from them, that no one's perfect, that it's not a fault to have bad habits or to think badly. Just to be aware of yourself is very, very strong. It's very, very hard to emanate this kind of peace that they emanate and this wisdom they emanate if you're kind of battling with yourself. So Lynx can really help you tune into your inner passions, your inner sensitivities, your things you don't want to know about yourself as well. They can help you look at that. And also the Lynx, the way it moves, the way the Lynx watches, and the way it looks is very sultry, it's very beautiful. So there's that kind of mysterious and sultry feeling to a Lynx as well. So they also look quite regal and aristocratic to me. They've got the lovely ears, but they've got the great ruffs as well. And they've got a look about them which looks very regal and and also aloof. People who have Lynx as a totem may feel that they are not aloof, but maybe are misunderstood to be that way. And maybe you are aloof, that's fine too. And may just walk into a room, disappear and reappear at will. So yeah, I mean, I don't want to say too much more really, because I think that Lynx is something that this beautiful, it's more the energy of Lynx I want you guys to feel rather than the words I'm throwing at you. If you're interested in this, I'd like to go meditate on Lynx and see if Lynx comes to you in a journey, and just I'd like you to feel that energy and see what how Lynx speaks to you and how Lynx connects to you. Yeah. You may, again, I just want to say that Lynx people probably have a real interest in the occult, in magic, in those unseen things, and bringing the unseen to the surface, at least for themselves anyway, and knowing when to share that with others. Just on a side note, when I went a couple of years ago, I went to a wildlife park, and there was this lynx there, and I did feel almost more than any other animal, that the lynx should not be there. Part one, because there was loads of kids screaming and shouting and banging on the glass. Don't do it. I'll find you if you do it. I will. Don't bang on the animal's glass. And especially with lynx, because the sensitivity in their ears was so... It was obvious how their hearing was just so evolved and how they're able to hear the subtlest things. And you've got these kids and adults, the adults are kind of as bad, screaming and shouting, going, "Oh, look at this!" And I was just getting a little bit annoyed, to say the least. And I could see that it actually was affecting the health of this animal, the sound and the hearing and the aspect of the sensitivity, the vibrational sensitivity was so strong with this beautiful, beautiful creature that I totally fell in love with. And I just sat there for ages with her, with the lovely Lynx, and I knew she just wasn't very well. And when I went back a year or so later, she wasn't there anymore. And she said, "Oh no, she wasn't very well," and she passed away. And that was very, very sad. But I just don't feel like Lynx are meant to be constrained in those kind of areas, and maybe that will be something for the Lynx person as well, to avoid really clanging, noisy, aggressive places, and to retreat somewhere, or at least at times, to where they can have that silence and that space, the open woodlands. Maybe you're very much drawn to woodlands if you work with Lynx, and the open spaces as well. I do feel like I've kind of rambled around the house a little bit, so I do apologise. I hope that wasn't boring. And I will see you all next week. Enjoy. And yeah, if you do any meditations or any animals come to your meditations you'd like to share your experiences, I'd always love to hear, so do let me know. And I'll see you for next week's Totem Tuesday. Have a lovely week. Bye.